A blessed Sunday to all of you. I'm Father Peter Eugenio, a Capuchin Franciscan here at Our Lady of Angels Catholic Church in Burlingame, California. And we are here again to share our thoughts in the gospel for today during this first Sunday of Lent. And the theme that we have now in the gospel according to St. Matthew is all about temptations. When Jesus was tempted 3 times by the devil. I want to clarify that temptation is not a sin until you give into that. Remember, as they always say, never give the temptation a second look or a second thought, or else you will really fall into it. But temptation, as it is not a sin. There will always be temptations all around us. But what is important is we know these 3 basic temptations. You see, one of the basic root of evil is the desire to dominate and to possess. When you are so much stronger in that, when you have that obsession to possess and to dominate, that is when we could say you give in to a lot of temptations. The first temptation is the temptation of bread. There are actually 3 levels of temptations according to Bishop Barron. The first is the temptation of the bread, temptation of money, the temptation of wanting to have more. We always hear those words that money is everything. It makes the world go round. Money, without money, there is no life. That is why you will find people that they really work very hard to have more, to have money. Sometimes they have no more time to even pray. And this appeals to the senses, no? And they don't even have time for their relationship, for their communication, because they said, I want to live. I want to be alive. I want to survive. So without money for them, it's the end of the world. But what was the answer of Jesus to the devil? Because when after fasting for 40 days, he was in the desert, and in the Judean desert, all the stones there are like in the form of bread. They look like bread. And so the devil said, you can turn these stones into bread. But look at the answer of Jesus. He said, man does not live by bread alone, but from every word that comes from the mouth of God. If you want to survive, if you want to live, if you want to experience life in its fullness, there is one basic also, or basic thing that we need to remember. That there is no other God but God alone. This is the first commandment. Thou shalt not have other gods beside me. Now the question is God the first one and the only one in our life? Because if not, all other temptations will follow. All problems will come in. So if you have God as the first one and the only one, then you don't worry about bread. You don't worry about what to eat, how to live, because God is a good provider. In His providence, He will give you whatever you need at the exact time. The second temptation, a little higher, is a temptation of power. When Jesus was shown let's say, that landscape where he could see all around him. And the devil said, if you want to have all those things, you bow unto me, you worship me. And we know how enticing power is. I know a lot of people who in their life has been living a humble life, very good with people. But once they get a position, once they have been, let's say, ascended to a throne of power, they get mad, they get lost. You see Hitler, you see Napoleon in the history, and all other leaders have been drunk with power. So power could make you crazy, really. And there are a lot of people who, with power, they will do everything to remain in that position. So that's the second temptation. And the last one is what? Jesus was brought in the parapet of the temple. During the time in Jerusalem, the temple is the symbol of glory, the symbol also of fame. You see, for them, the temple of Jerusalem is the seat of God. And if you are on top of that, wow, where all people could look at and where all people could see. And you can tell everyone, oh, look at me, where I am sitting, where I am now. And there are some people, because of glory also, because of fame, they will do everything to remain in that status. How many of us, instead of really doing service, how many of us who really want to create a name for himself? I want to be known, I want to become popular, I want the praise of people, their hands clapping on for me, shouting for me. So that's the temptation of glory and fame. And so these three temptations of bread, of power, and fame, and glory, yes, at the end, if we are addicted to it, at the end, if we give in to that, at the end, we will never find anything good. And we will always find ourselves lonely. We will always find ourselves wanting to have more. And we will find ourselves not really becoming happy. We could only become happy in God. In doing His ways, following His ways, in living according to His statutes and commandments and to His will. So how do we fight these temptations? Again, during Ash Wednesday, we were given 3 weapons to fight for bread. That's why we have fasting, to fight for power. So we have the almsgiving, to learn for us to humble ourselves, and to fight for fame and glory by humbling ourselves in prayer. To know that there is only one and nothing more. And the only one, and must be the only one in our life, which is God, whom we must adore. Pray for me, pray for all of us as I pray for you, that truly we will not give in to all these temptations of evil. Remember, you pray also for the world, because so that they will not be tempted with this power that they have now, that they will give in to the temptation, destroying everyone just to remain in that power. So God bless you and have a fruitful season of Lent. So let us make this season a season of prayer and renewal. So make this season holy by our prayer and act of devotion. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Father Peter. I'm a Capuchin Franciscan and a photographer. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I will give you cups of vitamins for your soul. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment.